If you stop by a gas station, you run inside, what are you willing to spend on an impulse buy? National average is $5. You go to Nordstrom's or Dillard's, and you're going there for the shoes, but you see a sweater you can't live without. National average is $50 to $60. What do you think the national average for an impulse buy ratio is in a dental office? Okay, wide range. It's actually $300 to $500. And that surprises a lot of people. It really does. That's why same-day preventive services work, because it fits very comfortably in that impulse buy ratio. And we have to look at that. We can't think our patients won't accept it. Our patients will never want to pay for fluoride, because that's the first thing we're going to talk about today is fluoride. And so the reason they accept it is because we're helping to build value for these services. If they understand what's in it for them, they're going to do it. Okay, a lot of them will. And all of it comes down to what? Communication skills. So let's talk about adult fluoride. What we find is many of us don't offer fluoride to adults. And the reason is insurance doesn't cover it. We're going to talk about that. Now, those of you in the room that are doing adult fluoride, that's fantastic. We're going to talk about how you can get more patients to say yes. Okay, so even those of you that have heard this before, that have implemented it, we're going to talk about what strategies you can use to have even more patients moving forward and accepting adult fluoride. Okay? Fluoride benefits. First, before we can actually recommend fluoride, we have to talk about what's in it for them, right? So we have to know what the benefits are. So we're going to spend a few moments just talking about the newest research. New studies show up to 75% reduction in new cavities with patients who are consistently doing fluoride. Okay? It helps prevent cervical decay. Why is that important? Well, there's more than 500 prescription medications that cause dry mouth, xerostomia, which causes cervical decay. So any patient, if you have a patient in your chair and you're trying to pre-qualify them as to whether or not they're a good candidate for fluoride, those are things we need to know. Are they on prescription medication? Okay, are they concerned about cavities? The clip I already showed you where she said, I have horrible teeth in my family, in my head, that's a click. That's an immediate, easy case for fluoride. I use what she said and bring it back. Reduces sensitivity. 85% of the adult population has sensitive teeth. We know that it prolongs the life of crowns, other restorations. So if you're doing implants, if you have a restorative practice, any of those issues, your patients need to have fluoride. We also know with fluoride it tastes better and the treatment is shorter than it used to be. Do you remember how long it was? 4 minutes. And it tasted horrible. Remember that? It was foul. So if you have patients declining fluoride, chances are they're declining it because they remember how bad it used to be. So make sure that they know, hey, it's better now. Okay? Right when we were filling in for the meeting, one of these lovely ladies, this is Dr. Scott Schumann's team here in the front. You guys will get to know them very well by the end of the weekend. Okay? Probably on a first-name basis with these people up here in the front. But Nicole said something, and I don't know if she's going to be the one talking about it, but what did you say to me right when we got here?
I said our fluoride acceptance is out of control.
Fluoride acceptance is out of control. Okay, now where do you guys practice? Ohio, yeah. Right? Ohio. I have other practices in Ohio that say, again, the economy has hit us very, very hard. We've had a low production month. Well, right in the same state, we got somebody who's saying our fluoride acceptance is out of control. And the reason is, there's no geographical variation. It's how things are presented. Okay? And what did you say? What's your percentage of acceptance?
90 to 100.
90 to 100% of their patients are doing fluoride. Okay, so those of you that are doing fluoride but aren't having good success with it, I have another office that I'm working with right now. They just sent over their numbers. And I was reviewing the numbers, and a huge warning sign. This is a conversation that I've had with the doctor about whether or not the hygienist is a good fit. Huge warning sign. She did 2 adult fluorides in all of last month. What does that tell you? Not on board. Oh, I missed that one.
They only saw 2 adults.
They only saw 2 adults, Charlie says. Okay? He's glass is half full, right? So the point here is, you have the power to impact your acceptance rate, especially with fluoride. You've got to know what the benefits are. So how can you increase acceptance for in-office fluoride? Your patients need this service, right? Our patients need this service. We've got decay in epidemic proportions. Okay, they need it. They just might not know that they need it. So you've got to identify patients who need fluoride. And everybody on this list fits the bill, right? Those of you that are having crazy acceptance rates, I mean, chances are when you're looking at that patient, you're trying to define which category they're in. Okay? Patients who need fluoride, soda drinkers, high decay, xerostomia, or there's so many different patients who need it. So you've got to identify who they are. Okay, more patients will say yes if you use these very simple techniques. New research shows those three words are very, very effective for offices who have not offered fluoride consistently over the years. If you're just starting to offer fluoride to adults, use those words. New research shows. That way you don't have to explain away why you haven't done it up until now. Okay, this is why I think you should have it done today. Personal benefits. Good news, bad news. Bad news is your insurance isn't going to help you. The good news is it's not going to break the bank. It's only $25. It's only $29. It's only $35. It's less than half a tank of gas. Put into perspective, how much money are we really talking about? We're talking about an investment now that can save them up to 75% fewer cavities. How much money are we really talking about? Not very much. Keep in mind, fluoride varnish can be done and billed out sometimes to insurance under the code 9910. Application of a desensitizing medicament. The more you believe in the benefits of fluoride, the more patients will accept this service. Just 80% acceptance for fluoride can impact hygiene production by more than $34,000 a year per hygienist. Just 80% acceptance. Can you see how all the little things can add up to make a big difference at the end of the day? Okay? So, more patients will say yes.